Hi, Ray O'Connor's my name. I am one part of Motorshow Ireland. We run and organise some of the longest running motor shows in Ireland: Heatwave, Cool Nights, and one of our new shows, Nitro Stunt Show. Well, look, I got into the car scene back when I was about 17, maybe even younger than that, going to cruises and meets and stuff like that. I quickly progressed to actually getting my first car. It was a Nissan Micra. I modified it. Well, modified it is a different word, I suppose. At 17, my modified was not to the standard where I'd class modified now. But like from then, I got involved with a couple of lads. We had the first ever modified car magazine called Flush Bus. So from then, you know, I started running various motor shows, Heatwave, Cool Nights. You know, I was involved heavily in the car and modified car scene. After the Micra, again, as I said, the Micra, at 17, you know, money was tight. I didn't have as much money. So, you know, I thought, you know, by putting 3-spoke alloys on it, putting Fido on the window, I thought that was modifying. But I quickly realised it wasn't. You know, when I got a little bit older and I was in the scene for a while, I started properly modifying cars. After that, I got a 1.8 VTEC Integra and went all out with that car. Full kit, full respray in a Diablo purple, mad wheels, mad interior, big sound system. So when I look back, I kind of go, you know, the Micra was a starting point, just like everybody. Everybody has to start somewhere. So, you know, that was just the start of everything for me. After that, you know, I had many cars, but, you know, one that would be a highlight and would stick out for me is my Nissan 200SX S14A. I went absolutely totally crazy with that. Had that for about maybe 5-6 years, but changed it every year to make it fresh looking for the shows, you know. Okay, well, I suppose, you know, the love for it was one big factor. Obviously, you know, trying to make money, earn a living. You know, this was like back in the early days, like when I was 17, 18, when Flush Bus was around. That was my full-time job. That was my bread and butter. That's what paid for my mortgage, paid for my family. So yeah, love for the scene, love for cars is a big thing for us to kind of get into the car shows. You know, we were doing the magazine back then, and it made perfect sense to, you know, attach a show to the magazine, because obviously we could promote the shows in the magazine, so it went hand in hand, you know. Oh, it's easy 20 years, I'd say now. Maybe, no, actually more. It's nearly 30 years. Yeah, I'm 40, I'm not, blank that out. Yeah, I'd say it's easy 30 years ago. How I got into the scene, when I was modifying the cars, I think it was when I had the Integra. I met a guy called Keith Tang, well known in the car scene back in the day. He was part of a company called Pro Racing in Newlands Cross. I was buying parts off him, became friends, and just by going to cruise and going to meets, I just got sucked in, you know, and then I had a love for it. After that, it just rolled on, you know, again, modifying the car. We end up then, you know, creating Flush Bus. From that, you know, we started the car shows, and it's just been, you know, ever since then, I've just been involved. And again, it just comes down because I have a passion and a love for cars and modifying cars. Okay, so, well, the first show that we got started was Heatwave. It's actually 20-year-old this year. Back 20 years ago, myself and the lads from Flush Bus, we had over a couple of amazing cars. We had over Redline's BMW, and also Jamie Shaw's TVR. We also run other shows. One would be Cool Nights, planning to bring that back this year. That's more a nighttime themed show to Heatwave, where Heatwave is more daytime vibe, where Cool Nights is a nightclub vibe. We've also started a new event called Nitro Stunt Show, which is more just the live element of the shows, where it's more stunts than static cars on show, you know. Okay, yeah, well, look, we have a team of guys that are in the background with myself and Richie, who is my partner in Motorshow Ireland. We have a team of really good guys that have been on the scene a long time, going and running through the cars and picking out the cars that get in, and unfortunately the cars that don't get in. You know, there is a certain standard when it comes to a show like Heatwave, Cool Nights, or any motor show out there. You know, people need to realise it's not a cruise, it's not a meet. People are coming to our events paying money to see top quality cars. So it's very important for us, and it is our job to make sure the best of the best is there. You know, how do we justify? There's no justifying, you know, it is what it is. You know, good cars get in, cars that are not to the standard. I won't say bad cars, because there is no bad cars. I don't like the term bad cars. I just say cars not to the standard of show standard don't get in. Again, like what I said, I started off with a Nissan Micra back when I was 17. I thought it was the dog's bollocks, but it wasn't. Back then, in my eyes, it was. It was the best thing since sliced bread. I loved it. And if anybody had anything bad to say about it, I took offence to it. I was young and stupid. That was me. It was only as I got older, I look back and go, you know what? Jeez, you know, it's now I'm kind of going, you know, I understand running a show, it's about the standard, it's about the quality. At the end of the day, there's people coming to our show, and if they see a car that's not to the standard, they be very quick to slate and slag off our show. So it's very important. And as I said, going back to our customers, our public, the people that support the show and make the shows happen. Without them, there is no show. They're coming, they're paying money into a motor show, so it's important for us to have really good cars on show for them. Okay, for the last 20 years of running Heatwave or any of the shows that we do, you know, it's important that we have judges that are unbiased and will pick cars on the basis of the car and not the person driving the car. So we've always kind of picked people that we would respect from the scene, whether it's some of the older guys that would have been involved in Flush Bus, Modified Motors, MIJ, you know, my own magazine, Slick magazine. Look, there's a lot of guys that I would know from the scene for many years that know a good car. Now, they're not involved in the scene nowadays because they're older, but bringing them back, it's unbiased, it's fair, because they're not picking it because they know Joe Blogs or he's a mate. It's picked and based on the car. Now, we have over the years as well brought over star, you know, people to come and judge the show. And this year we obviously have Jamie Shaw. So look, who questions Jamie Shaw? Jamie Shaw is a guru when it comes to modifying cars. You just look at his TVR, his Renault 5, any of the cars that he's built over the years. So he will be at Heatwave this year. Obviously the 20th anniversary, he's coming over for that, and he will judge the show. And I think that's the fairest way of judging. It is the only way to judge. No. We've tried that before, and I know other show owners and show promoters. Look, again, my background was I had a magazine, Slick magazine. I was involved in Flush Bus. I've had Drift magazine. I've featured many shows over the years. I know a lot of show promoters, and over the years, as I said, some have done that where they took it to a public vote, where, you know, you got a number coming in. It's unfair. It's totally unfair. It turns out to be a popularity contest instead of a quality of what the car, or about the car. It's about the person. So look, it's not based on what your car or how well it's built or how well it's modified or how well it looks. It turns out to be how many friends you have with you that can vote for you. So no, it doesn't work. It never worked before, and no, we're not doing that. We never will do that. Now look, something that was mentioned in a meeting recently was, you know, we could have a People's Choice Award or People's Choice trophy, where as a separate, you know, genre or award. We could have the People's Choice Award, but again, I just think we do that, it takes away from the judge and the judging of the show. We're bringing a judge over, he'll judge what's the best car of the show, what's the best Jap, what's the best Euro, and I think that's the way a show should be ran. Okay, it's been done before, and it's all based on the venue. You know, if the venue allows you to do it, but unfortunately a lot of the venues that we work with, the deal and the terms are, once the cars are in, they're parked up and they can't be moved till the end of the event. Look, insurance is a big issue. You know, so once the cars are parked up, and again, we've had this in the past where guys want to leave early or want to move their cars. Unfortunately, it can't happen because there is health and safety officers on site at these events, and they see any movement, they could shut the event down and it might never happen again. So regarding insurance, no, it can't, because if there's public on the premises, you can't move the vehicle. Okay, we've had many sort of stars and celebrities at our shows. I think one, again, Jamie Shaw would be a big one. Like, you know, you can't get bigger than him in the modified car scene. We had Dirty Sanchez over, the guys over. I remember we had them at Heatwave many years ago, just as another added attraction for the show. But going back to the early days, I can remember we've had, you know, a lot of models at the shows, but the shows have changed since then. I remember back in the day, it was about half-naked girls walking around and the cars. Now it's kind of evolved where it's not really about the girls, it's about the cars and the cars only. We have had, like, the Fuel Girls are another big sort of attraction to events that we've had over back in the day. Now, they might be back this year for Cool Night because that's a nighttime show, an evening show. We'll get away with the Fuel Girls. Okay, well, in the last 20 years, there's something that's just jumping out at me here. Tokyo Drift, there was a car in Tokyo Drift, Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, the wide arch Velside RX-7, orange and black one, yeah? I wanted that at the show. So I searched high and low for that car to get it over. And it turned out that the car was in the Isle of Man, not too far from us. So I got in contact with the owner, and he knew us through the magazines and stuff like that, you know, because we were at the UK, some of the UK shows as well. But he unfortunately couldn't make it himself, but he said the car could go, no problem. So I myself took it on myself to go and pick the car up personally myself. So we had to get a boat to the UK, then a boat to the Isle of Man from the UK, because there's no boat that goes from Ireland to the Isle of Man. But we got to pick that up. We brought it over in a trailer. I got to drive the car for a week in Ireland, the Tokyo Drift car. How many people could say that they've done that? So yeah, no, that would be one of the most memorable things, or memorable thing from doing the shows. It was amazing to be, because it's our car, Velside RX-7 from the movies, sitting in my front garden. You know, so that would be one of the biggest things. You know, again, there's so many more other great memories over the last 20 years. So look, 20th anniversary, we're celebrating it in Nace Race Course the 19th of August. You're all welcome along, and we're having an after party. It's been tough. All these lights and all the camera, I'm just ready to run. No, seriously, no, 20 years of Heatwave. Look, what I'd like to say to everybody out there that's into modifying or into customising their cars, again, like what I said, you know, there is a certain standard at the shows. We have a job to do. If your car doesn't get in this year, it might get in next year, but don't stop doing what you're doing. As I said, we all start somewhere, but again, we need you to understand, Heatwave, Cool Nights and all our motor shows are not cruises, they're not meets. There are proper motor shows that paying public are coming to see good cars. So again, if you get knocked back or you don't get in this year, don't take offense, don't take it to heart, don't take it personally is the main thing. We just have a job to do. The team of people that we have in the background have a job to do. and we need to have the best of the best on show at the show. On another note, you know, the show wouldn't have lasted 20 years without you, the people that come and support the show, the public, and look, again, the cars, the people that own the cars, the people that put the hard work in, you know, put stupid money into their cars. Without you guys, we don't have shows. So I'd like to say a big thanks to you and for supporting us over the years and coming and showcasing your car at our events. We hope to see you at Heatwave in August. And we have the Whack Ball Run as well, actually, now that I have a chance. The Whack Ball Run, we're running that to celebrate the 20th anniversary. We're also doing it to support Suicide or Survive. We are running from, let me see, the 15th of August to the 18th. Our plan is day 1, we're leaving Dublin, heading towards Letterkenny. Day 2, it's Letterkenny to Limerick. Day 3, it's Limerick to Cork. And then the last day is Cork back to Dublin for Heatwave on the Saturday. We're also running a massive after party in the Osprey Hotel after the show. We're planning to get some big DJs over from the UK. All that will be revealed and announced on our pages. Again, big thanks to everybody for supporting us through the 20 years of Heatwave. See you on the 19th of August.